Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on, people? You know what it is. You're tuned into the Zone Sports Podcast. I'm one half with your host, Big V. You know, I always got my guy over there. You see him. What's good, boy?
What's up? It's your boy COOL, and also known as What the Hell, also known as Corey, man. Man, what's going on out here, man? Sports, and more sports. I love it, man. It's good stuff going on right now.
You already know, man. It's a hell of a time. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be the NBA play-in time. But before we jump into all that, you know I got to shop the brand out. Make sure you shop it at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com for all your hats, your tees, you know what I mean, your sweats, your hoodies, your candles, everything that I'm bringing to the table is up there, man. You know what I mean?
Word up.
But yo, it's that time of the year. You know what I mean? Before we get to the NBA playoffs, we got the NBA play-in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I'm glad we on this topic right now because I see you right on brand. You know what I mean? With the Lakers hat, the Lakers coat shirt. Oh shit, the Lakers coat shirt. My nigga looking like a fucking assistant out here. Yo, let's talk about it, man. We got the Lakers versus the Warriors and the first set of the play-in games on Wednesday night. Corey, you know we both Lakers fans. We both Lakers fans, baby. You already know how we give it up. You know what I mean? If you're new to the podcast, me and my nigga are both Lakers fans, huge Lakers fans. But yo, we got the Warriors and the play-in, baby. Like, yo, who do you got? Tell me your pick. You know what I mean? I know you a Lakers fan. I know this. I know. Yeah. Listen. I'm gonna tell you like Smokey told my boy Craig on Friday. Look, man.
Yeah.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. You know what I mean? I know you a Lakers fan. I know this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to get your decision today. You know, I'm gonna get you high today. You know what I mean? Who you got, Corey? What's up?
All right. I got the Lakers. I do have the Lakers.
Okay.
I have cautious optimism that it's going to be the Lakers, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Let's go.
First of all, let me backtrack to yesterday.
Okay.
I think it was yesterday when I'm watching Golden State play Memphis. Obviously, you know, if Memphis wins, we end up playing Memphis. If Golden State wins, we end up playing Golden State. Well, right. As we heard in your opening soliloquy there, obviously Golden State win. Now, if you've been listening to the podcast for the past couple of weeks, I refer to Steph Curry as Jesus. And in this case, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But due to the nature of the play-in tournament, damn it, we could beat them once. And because that's all we have to do is beat them once. Now, let's backtrack again to last night. I'm watching the game, and I said, well, you know what? Golden State got theirs off, but you know what? Maybe Portland can lose against Denver last night. That, too, did not materialize or manifest into the outcome for which I predicted. So I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. Okay. Golden State is up. Portland got the 6th spot. Kiss my black ass. I didn't want neither one of those two scenarios to happen. I was hoping that we could get the 6 and not even have to deal with this at all. But can't cry with spilt milk. People in hell want ice water, yada, yada, yada. That being said, Steph Curry caught fire yesterday. I did not like that he caught fire. When he catches fire, my people in zone land, he typically catches fire for the next 3 or 4 games straight before he cools off. I've been tracking this. He normally cools off around game 4, game 5 of his torch tour is what I like to call it. If my predictions are correct, this kind of puts us in tour date number 2 of the Steph Curry Torch Fest. This is not going to be easy, and to make matters worse, LeBron had a ankle discomfort last night. And he says he's fine. Well, what is he supposed to say? I'm bad. Y'all should be worried. Fear everyone. Like, that's not how he's cut. The point I'm making, my people in the zone land, is that he may say he's okay. That's what he's supposed to say. You're a proud parent. You never let your kids see you sweat. Yeah, it's okay to be vulnerable from time to time, but I'm quite sure there's been a time in your parenthood that your kids have came to you with a question that either A, you had no idea what the answer was, but you played it off like, oh, well, don't worry about it, son. Don't worry about it, daughter. Everything's gonna be fine. Your dad got this. Your mom got this. I feel like I'm the child, and the Lakers, led by King James, is my parents. And he's saying, hey, don't worry about it. Ankle's gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. And the point I'm making is that I don't know if we're gonna be good, because with any of my sports teams that I root for, I'm never the over-the-top braggadocious, hey, we got this, unless I know for sure we got it in a wrap. I'm like that with any team. It's always, I don't know we got it until confetti is coming from the sky saying 2021 NBA champions and LeBron James is holding the Larry O'Brien. That's the only time I know that we're going to got it. Now, let me get on this before I let you go real quick. Now, I'm watching I'm not watching, but I'm keeping up with the ticker of the Portland and Denver game. And they tipped off roughly around the same time that we did. And hell, by the end of the third quarter, they were smoking Denver by 20 points. Now, again, the refresh, if Denver loses that game and we win, we get the 6, and they have to deal with the play-in, not us. So that's why that game is of such importance, or it was. So there came a point, I want to say roughly around the middle of the fourth quarter, maybe like around the 6 or 7 minute mark, where it's totally clear that Portland is just going to smoke Denver. I don't even think Denver was really playing a lot of the guys, and why should they? I mean, they they're good, they're great, or whatever. So I'm not sure the legalities of this in the NBA, but I'm wondering if some stat person, somebody tell Frank Vogel that, hey man, you know what, man, look, Portland got this Denver game in the bag. With Portland winning, that means Lakers game was totally useless. So there was about a good 6 or 7 minutes in the fourth quarter where we're just playing at this point. And I'm like, okay, well, we still need the continuity of the big three of Drum, AD, and LeBron. But then AD took a hard foul, and I think it was more so precautionary measures where Frank Vogel's like, hey, man, you're out of here. So that kind of blows a hole through that. Not only that, Drum got in foul trouble. I think he was at like the 5th foul at the end of the third quarter. So the whole continuity of playing with the big three is starting to mean less and less and less. And about the top maybe 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, I don't see LeBron James. I'm like, okay, well, they pulled him. It's probably all for the best because the game doesn't matter anymore. And then I'm watching my lovely people in the zone land. I see LeBron James' black ass back in the game. Now, I'm looking at a couple of people at this point, Big V, and I'm going to list them in order. I'm looking at Rob Pelinka. I don't think he was at the game, but I was looking for him anyway. Fuck it. Yeah, it don't hurt to look.
Yeah.
But one other person that I know was there was Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
And I'm asking myself, Frank, pull this guy from the game. And some may say, well, you know what? LeBron James is the de facto GM, coach, whatever. Okay, you can call it that. LeBron, get out the damn game. The minute that I realize he's back in the game, he does a spin around and lands on his right ankle, the one that is injured, the wrong way. He hobbles for a few seconds, and I'm just like, you've got to be shitting me. So not only is he getting injured or re-aggravated in a now meaningless game, and this is why I go back to earlier, I don't know the legalities of of other players or other people telling Frank Vogel what scores are from the other games. I don't know that. For all I know, they didn't, and everything that I just been ranting about for the past 8 minutes is null and void. But I'm operating off the fact that they knew, or someone told them, or could have told them. While LeBron James was in that game, and the game was way closer than what it should have been. But look, they're still getting used to playing. What the fuck is he still doing in the damn game? I'm up here screaming at the TV, and then when he aggravates that angle, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because see, now if I'm not mistaken, we have let's see, the play-in starts we play Wednesday. We play Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night, which is a whole nother story. I don't know why it's on at 10 o'clock, but whatever. Why the fuck are we in the game? So I have the cautious optimism that I feel like we could beat Golden State at least once. And I'm hoping that is the case. Because up to that point, LeBron James was looking excellent. Now he did when he left. I was troubled because it looked like he went straight back to the locker room, and I'm just like, oh my damn, this can't be my life right now. But he came back. He came back walking. It looked like he was walking fine, but obviously he didn't enter the game. So I want to thank the Lord and Savior Almighty that all we have to do is beat them once, and they have to beat us twice. That's where I come from with it. The floor is yours. The floor general, known as Big V.
Man, you're right. I didn't peep the game last night, but I cannot believe that they put LeBron James back in that game. Even though I do know that it was definitely closer than what it should have been, of course. And you bring up a good point. Maybe Frank Vogel did get word that we had to play the boys. You know what I mean? Or maybe he got word, of the Denver game or whatever, like you said. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I do know one thing for sure. God is good. And God is Steph, as you say. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, man. Man, let me tell you. You talking about he might be going on a torch tour, and man, we right in the middle of that torch tour, right in his path. Man, when you got somebody can pull up from half court and they be accurate, man. Yo, what do you do? What do you do? That has been the big question. That is the mystery of guarding stuff and playing against the Warriors.
Yes.
What do you do with somebody who can pull up from 40 and 45? What the fuck do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You know what I mean? I know what you do. I know what you do. I know what you do. You know what you do?
Yeah.
You put AD on top of that key. You put AD at the top of the key. Put AD at the top of the key. Because guess what? I'm picking the fucking Lakers to beat these motherfuckers in the first game. That is what the fuck is going to happen. I ain't rooting for my Lakers.
I love that energy.
Because I believe that they can find a way to stop Mr. Steph Curry himself. And there might be a stretch of saying, hey, put AD at the top of the key. And you might be saying, yeah, you know what? Steph can blow past him. That might be cool too. But guess what? We have acquired who? Mr. Drummond. We have acquired Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, big Drum.
You know what I mean? To hold it down while AD can go out there who's a lot faster than Drummond. So now you have to get past not only LeBron, not only AD, but also now you got Drummond to come down there. If you make it that far. If you make it that far.
Yeah.
What people say, you know what Steph averaged about 6 assists per game. What if he swing it over to Draymond for a deep 3 or a deep 2 or his mid-range game? I live with that. I will live with Draymond making that.
Yeah, you live with that. You live with that.
I will live with Draymond's mid-range game before I have to pull up Steph Curry pulling up for fucking 45 feet and beating us from the three. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
And again, that may not be enough to stop Steph because guess what? There is no true answer for Steph, bro. If there was a true answer for Steph, somebody would have been done it by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody has shut him down by now. It is no real answer for Steph. I'm just telling you what my game plan will be. I will have AD out there. You know what I mean? Out front, just to shake shit up. You know what I mean? So you know what? What if we run a 2-3 zone with AD and LeBron over here? What if we do that? And what if we run Big Drummond in the middle? Because guess what? They don't have Klay Thompson.
Yeah, that helps out tremendously.
What?
In our favor, that helps out tremendously because we would be toast.
We will be, especially with my theory of playing the zone. Because here's the thing: you play the zone this time, you don't have Klay to swing it to, and I believe with anybody else making those threes from Draymond,
I agree with that.
So what's the other guy that Wiggins? You know what I mean?
Andrew Wiggins.
I will live. Is Oubre over there? What's the other light skin guy name?
You got Oubre.
Yeah,
you got somebody named Jones who had a killer game. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You live with that other guys. Yes, I will live with any of the others making the shot other than Steph just killing us. Because at that point, we know that we have done our job from a defensive standpoint. If Steph is averaging that night, at that particular night, if Steph ends up with 10 or 12 assists. You know what I mean? And maybe 20 points, maybe. He probably going to do more than the dub. But if we can hold him to a good...
He going to do more than the dub.
You know what I mean? We know Jesus is going to do more than the dub. You know what I mean? Mr. Scoring champion and all that. But we're going to get to that in a minute. But my point is, man, we have to do something to shake shit up tomorrow night. You know what I mean?
We
do. We're going to be in the forum. You know what I mean? We got to hold it down the forum. It's one game. And guess what?
Yeah.
We got all our pieces now. LeBron will be there.
Yeah.
AD will be there. Drummond will be there. Is Schroeder back? I don't know. You know,
Schroeder back was back yesterday, so he's back. Caruso, he's back.
Okay, let's go, man.
We got our guys. I think a lot of it lies on LeBron James's ankle, or whatnot. Yeah. I've been scouting like a madman for injury updates, and I haven't heard anything negative. So I am operating under the assumption that no news is good news, and I'm just being the overreactive fan. That's what I want to be. Okay, that's exactly. I want to be the overreacting, like, dude, Corey, calm down, man. That's what I want. Okay, I haven't heard anything negative, so.
And we probably won't hear anything right until game time. You know what I mean?
There's no need to hear anything right now.
No, there's no need to hear anything right now. That would give the other team too much time to prepare. You know what I mean? So
and that makes sense.
We won't hear anything until game time if there is anything to be heard. But I'm here to tell you, I'm picking the Los Angeles Lakers, our Lakers, to beat these guys.
We could
tomorrow,
get on.
You know what I mean? And hopefully that'll have to be it, man.
But let me ask this real quick before we move forward. Now, we saying we're going to get them in one game or two? In other words, do you think Golden State is going to win one on Thursday and we come back and get them? I would imagine it would be like on a Friday or a Saturday or something. Do we think we get them in one, or is Golden State going to have two cracks at it? Because I'm going to be shitting bricks if Golden State win Thursday night. I'm telling you that right now. It's about a one and done next game.
So, all right, okay. If we lose, we're out of it, right?
No. So our game is Thursday. So if we lose, no, we got one more chance to beat Golden State. If they lose this upcoming Thursday, they're out of it. Or Wednesday. I keep saying Thursday. It's Wednesday. If they lose Wednesday, the first game, if they lose, Golden State loses, they're done. We could lose and still have another one to play on Friday.
I don't know if we can beat them twice. I don't know that.
Yeah. But the good thing is we wouldn't have to. We wouldn't have to beat them twice. We would just have to beat them once. They have to beat us twice.
Okay. Yeah.
They have to beat us twice. We have to beat them once. That's why I feel okay about it. It's just the damn play-in and the structure of it has been because let me tell you something, man. Had we slid in as a number 8 seed, we would have to beat Golden State twice. And that brings on a whole different element. Being that we're the higher seed, being that we number 7, we just got to beat them once. That's what I'm saying. I think we could beat them once, but I don't know if it's going to be on Wednesday or if it's going to be on Friday. I don't know. But either way, I got us winning. Cautious optimism.
We're gonna keep our eye on it, man. We'll do the pod after the weekend to discuss everything. And ladies and gentlemen, we're shooting this pod on Monday, 2 days before the game comes out on Wednesday, before they play the game on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? Of course, I think it's that late because it's West Coast time. But I will be locked.
Yeah,
I
10
will be.
o'clock.
I will be locked and loaded on this game, brothers. I promise you, I will.
Yeah, I might stay up and watch this one.
I will stay
I have
up
to
and
stay
watch
up and
this
watch
to the
this one.
very, very end. I promise you, I will. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's keep it on Steph Curry for a minute, as Mr. Steph Curry took home the scoring title yesterday.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? A much deserved scoring title, might I add. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Let me see. He averaged. I want to quote him right since he won the scoring title. He averaged what? Let me see here. 32 points per game. 32 points per game. About 5 rebounds a game. Almost 6 assists a game. You know what I mean? Corey, what are your thoughts on Mr. Steph Curry taking home the scoring title, beating out a almost won guy, Bradley Beal?
Yeah, look, man. The respect that I just gave him in the last segment is the same thoughts that I have on him in this segment. He's a guy who, doing this year, as we stated before, without Klay Thompson, without Kevin Durant being there, with a lot of young folks there. I mean, look, man. Whenever Steph Curry gets picked up damn near at half court whenever he's bringing the ball down, and you can't really stop him. And I don't know how you stop him. And the fact that he's able to do this again, as we said in previous topics, the fact that he's double, in some cases triple team, you try to play man on him, you're going to get burnt. You better play some type of zone, preferably a 2-3, willing that you have the personnel to do so. That's a whole nother story. You know, the fact that he's able to do this year, man, that's amazing, man. Like I'm telling you, and we brought this up a few weeks ago, man. Look, man, here's what I love about the NBA and really about the NFL too. You don't really have to be a Golden State Warriors fan to be a fan of what Steph Curry is doing. Like, dude, man, look, if man, I'm telling you, you ain't got nothing to do, turn on your TV because he puts on a freaking highlight show. Like the stuff that he did yesterday, and you know, I get it. I mean, it's not a top tier team. It was Memphis. I mean, they still got John Morant. I can't remember my man's name. He got fouled out yesterday because it was real close. The name escapes me, but anyway, it was really tight until my man got the sixth foul, and even then, that was like maybe like during the middle of the fourth quarter, where I was like, okay, he's out the game, because that was the only one. He wasn't doing work with Steph. He was just at best containing him. He was just the thing with Steph Curry. You just want to make him think twice before he pulls up. And he was doing that, and with him being off the court, it's like, oh, Steph Curry was just like the road runner. He's just all over the place, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like you said it last segment. If there was a game plan on how to contain Steph Curry, look, we could talk about the players all we want. You got coaches on other teams. Forget the coaches. You have assistant coaches. Their job is to try to figure out how to stop this guy. Let me tell you something, man. If Steph Curry was going to be stopped, it would have been this year. I mean, come on. Look, I love Kelly Oubre. I think Kelly Oubre is phenomenal. He's not great. He is really good. You know, Draymond Green, look, like you said in the last segment, look, if Draymond Green shooting and making threes and showing some mid-range, man, you live with that. So what? You know, whatever. Like even Andrew Wiggins, no disrespect to Andrew Wiggins, man. If Andrew Wiggins is getting busy off the 3-point line and driving, you live with that because you know he ain't gonna do that every single game. Steph Curry does this almost every single game, and there ain't no answer. And the fact that he's doing this without his help, and forget Kevin Durant, just the fact that Klay Thompson ain't there, I did not see this coming. I did not see Golden State come. I did not think that they would really even make the playoffs, to really be honest with you. I really didn't. I thought it was just going to be, I thought it was going to be another filler year like last year was, where it's like, hey, look, man, look, we know that you don't have Klay Thompson. You know, the young guys, they're still trying to figure it out, man. Let's go out there and just play for the fans. That's what I thought was happening. And then these motherfuckers are in the playoffs. and we got to deal with him. Everything keep coming back to the Lakers, I know, but Steph Curry is the man. Like, period, point blank. He is what's scaring me on Wednesday, and that speaks to the respect, and it is so earned. Because I'm telling you, I've never seen anybody like this guy, and I got news for you. When he decides to hang up the ball, you ain't gonna see nobody else like him. This is ridiculous. Steph Curry is ridiculous, man. Period.
Yeah, man. I mean, in our last pod, well, not even our last pod. It was a couple pods ago where I told you I was kicking back on a Saturday night, and I was just sitting there watching Steph and the Warriors play against the Celtics that night. And I think at the moment they were maybe like right at 500, maybe 28, somewhere along those lines, 26, 26, somewhere. But I told you that night, man, I said their record doesn't equate to the eyeball test. That team is really scrappy. Minus what Steph does, and I'm gonna get back on Steph because we want to celebrate Steph and everything that he does. That team, man, is scrappy, but best believe it's spearheaded by Steph Curry, and
no question.
You know, it speaks volumes to the work that he's doing without these missing key pieces around him, such as Kevin Durant taking his talents to Brooklyn, and such as the unfortunate 2 years. This is what 2 seasons that we've missed Clay.
Yep, second one.
I mean, talk about you know, probably him having his hopes of Clay coming back and the season they could have together, along with him and Draymond and Clay, and to be like, you know, the three amigos the first time before Durant came. You know what I mean? They probably had thoughts of and dreams of doing exactly what they did again, and conversations as well. Yeah. And then the unfortunate, you know, incident happened where Clay is out again. You know,
that sucks.
Same injury. You know what I mean?
Same one. Yep.
Same injury, man. It's definitely unfortunate, but it speaks to Steph's will, man. I mean, this guy is maybe 6'3", you know what I mean? And he's 33 years old. People always want to talk about LeBron James' age. You know, when you get around 30, 31 in the NBA, they want that they consider you to be the old man in the league, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Dog years, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if this is what they're considering the dog years, I mean, Steph is on some Benjamin Button type. You know what I mean? He's going back to be a fucking puppy. You know what I mean? If this is the dog years, but this guy is fucking phenomenal, dude. Like, it literally
phenomenal, man.
Like I think back to the game again, man. Going back to that game when he played against the Celtics, and man, you talked about that one play, man, where it was about 2 or 3 guys on him. He shoot that shit off, man, and still bust down the shot. And he does that every single fucking night. It's no answer for stuff, man. It's no. I'm gonna double down that. It's no answer for stuff, man. So this scoring title is obviously well deserved because nobody in the fucking league can stop him. Nobody can stop him at every 32 points a game. Nobody, no team. There obviously is no game plan for this guy. He's pulled up for fucking 45. You know what I mean? He arguably could have been. I mean, hasn't he been the back-to-back league MVP before?
Yes, he has. He's been back-to-back MVP. Yep.
I know that you picked Joel Embiid to be your MVP, and I picked Jokic, man. We cannot overlook the job that Steph is doing as an MVP candidate.
Absolutely not. And absolutely not.
I won't throw no salt on his name if he wins it. You know what I mean? I definitely won't, because that's a fair.
You can't be mad if he wins it.
No, it's a fair.
Yes.
No.
He had one play yesterday. I can't remember the name of the guy he was with, but he brought it up. Steph brought it up court, and Steph Curry literally put his head down into the defender's stomach, and he's just dribbling the ball like he's part of the fucking Globetrotters. Okay, spins and hit a damn 3 on his ass.
Unreal.
And look, I mean, it's It's effortless.
It's like you said, bro. It's we won't ever see another one of him. Like I know, man, you talked about,
Never.
how we were thinking that Reggie Miller was the greatest shooter of all time, and boy, will be wrong.
Yeah.
Like this guy
And my
right here,
bias was holding
man.
on to that for a long time, but man, you got to give it
Absolutely.
up.
Hey man, this guy right
Long
here,
time.
there'll never be another Steph Curry, man. Like he's doing
Mm-mm.
like if there's somebody better than him, he better be pulling up from fucking the other free throw end of the fucking goal and shooting
He
that shit
has to.
down the
That's the
other
only
end.
way.
He has to.
That's the only way.
Other than
Yeah.
that, he'll just be copying everything that Steph is already doing.
I kid you not. It was a few years ago that Golden State. I want to say maybe they was going against OKC, and it was right about to be before the half, and people do the half court heaves, and Steph Curry, this wasn't even half court. This was like at the other opponent's free throw line, and he just heaved it and hit a 3-pointer. And normally in scenarios like that, we'll say that, oh, well, that's a lucky shot. Not for him. And that's the difference.
Have you seen him warm up? He does that shit in warm-ups.
No,
It's all
his warm-ups are epic. His warm-ups are epic. Yes, I have. I would love to see one in person, but no, I've seen a few times on like pre-games where they'll just throw Steph Curry just doing daggone Circus Olay type shots, and it's like them shits be going in.
It's fucking.
That ain't luck.
It's not.
That's why them logo shots for him ain't nothing.
No, it's nothing. This is what he
nothing.
Does.
That's a free throw shot to that guy.
It is. and I guess, man, we're gonna keep this an all NBA podcast today.
Let's keep it.
That's what it feels like. Man, it feels good. Hey man, it's the week of the play-in. You know what I mean?
Hey man.
Next month
wonderful
is the playoffs.
time of the year.
Hey man, it's a wonderful time of the year. It's NBA time, so we're gonna keep it all NBA today. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
This next
topic, I love this topic that's coming up. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. Over the weekend, if y'all didn't know, they had some inductees into the Hall of Fame. Salute to the late great Hubie Brown. He had his wife Vanessa
absolutely
come up there and speak on his behalf. Guys, like
great speech.
Man. Real quick, man. While we even speaking on Vanessa, I just want to say, man, if there was a face for strength, resilience,
talk to him.
Like I need somebody. I need somebody to contact for real though. I need somebody to contact Webster's Dictionary and everybody who is a part of Google, and I need them to take the words strength and resilience. I want them to erase the definitions of what they already have in a fucking thesaurus and a fucking dictionary and on Google. I want them to erase all the words that they have to explain what resilience and strength is and replace them with her face.
That's what I'm talking about, man. No breakdown. There was like she didn't break down. I'm not even sure if she even shed a tear, unless I missed it. But wow. I mean, just resilience, like you said.
And Corey, everything I'm going through that I ain't really spoke on air about, man. You know what I'm going through, man, this whole week with my
absolutely
situation. Man, that's her. She is an example of and something I just keep in the back of my mind of what I need to be right now, man. So, man, just
respect.
Salute to Vanessa Bryant, man.
Respect, and, absolutely.
They had other greats get inducted, like Kevin Garnett, who well deserved. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, salute to KG and everything that he did. But Corey, man.
Yeah.
Somebody is still missing. Somebody is still missing out of the Hall of Fame, Corey.
Really?
For the life of me, man.
Who that can be?
For the life of me, I don't even know why this person hasn't even been inducted before now. I don't even know why the fuck we have to even discuss this shit on this podcast, Corey.
I think we're good. I'm not sure what. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Go ahead. Who are we talking about here? I don't.
Out of all these inductees, y'all, Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, out there in Zone Land, like my man Corey was saying, baby. Man, listen. We took notice during this inductee process.
Yeah.
That Robert Horry is still not in the fucking Hall of Fame. What is going on out here? And I want to talk first because I'm pissed off.
Go ahead.
Man. I'm pissed off.
I don't see why you're so worked up. I think we're good over here.
Oh, no, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Man, listen.
I think we're good.
Man, Corey, we might be good, but I don't know if the Hall of Fame is good without big shot Robert Horry in there. You know why? Let me tell you something, man.
They're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, if you don't know who Robert Horry is, pull your phone out and Google Robert Horry. Let me spell you his last name because it's a little tricky. I want you to put in the right name. You spell it Horry. Horry. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, while we speaking on what I want Webster and all the thesauruses and Google to do, I want them to now take out the words big and shot and just have Robert Horry's face there. Take out the definitions for big and shot, insert Robert Horry's face. And let me tell you something. Also, I need them to take the word champion and make an asterisk and have his face beside champion. You know why? He got 7 fucking championships. That's why. And guess what? I know you saying, I know people out there saying they don't know Robert Horry like I'm like, yo, damn. So you can get 7 championships just riding the bench. Let me explain to you something. If you don't even know what Robert Horry did for his teams that he played for, because he was a bit of a journeyman. But guess what? Everywhere he went, he fucking won. Everywhere he went, he was clutch. When it came down to Mr. Clutch being the guy, you don't earn a name like Big Shot Bob just by riding the pine. You know, I can't.
Facts.
I mean, let's go down the list. I can remember him saving the Spurs a time or two winning the chip. I damn sure remember him saving the Lakers winning the chip.
Touche.
Oh,
absolutely.
Did he cook something down there in Houston? Am I wrong?
He couldn't in Houston for their back to back.
Back to back. And everywhere he went, was he not Mr. Cut? You got 7 championships. And you know what, man? I just named 3 organizations he played for. Every organization he went for, do you realize he's had a clutch moment?
Oh yeah, no question.
He had a clutch moment, not just and I know people thinking, so what? Clutch in a regular season? No, let me reiterate.
No, these are playoffs.
Big Shot Bob. Big Shot Bob. You know what that means? People that don't know, ladies and gentlemen. He was Big Shot Bob in big shot moments. Yo, they said, yo, I don't want to take a shot. I don't want to take a shot. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Let me shoot it. Because you know why? This is what the fuck I do. And you know what, man? While we're here, I want to take some time out and put some spec on somebody else's name. Matter of fact, this is going to be a regular segment during this podcast called Spec on Somebody's Name. Right now, I want to put some spec on somebody's name. Matter of fact, real quick, because we're going to keep it on Big Shot Bob and why the fuck he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. That's what we're going to do. But right now, because I don't want this person to get slighted. Because you know what, Corey? It's 2 people. Let me explain myself. It's people that have been great in clutch time. And there is people that have been superb. I want to put some spec on not on Robert Horry's name, but it's only one other man in my head that has done it in the same fashion as Robert Horry. And what I mean by that is this person wasn't a fucking superstar. He was his own, right? But he wasn't Kobe, MJ. He wasn't one of the names. But when it came time to being clutch, he made his name. Yo, why didn't you put some spec on Derek Fisher's name while we at it? You know what I mean?
No
Derek
question.
Fish,
No question.
Big fish. You know what I mean?
Question.
Boy,
no question.
We didn't. Wow, I want to put some spec on his name because he was one of them ones that when clutch people come up, People don't give him the respect I feel he deserves. You know what I mean? But that's another podcast. We're going to keep it on Big Shot Bob. Big Shot Bob, you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. We here at the Zone know you're supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame of the NBA. Who the fuck is doing the voting? What are y'all doing? Please tell me. Please, I would like to know from anybody out there who has anything to do with the NBA voting or knows anything about the process. Please tell me, because I can guarantee you, I can probably pull out 200 other basketball players. I don't even know how many people are in there, but I can guarantee you, I can pull out a good 15 to 20% that Big Shot Bob can replace.
Yeah.
How you feel about this shit, man?
My good man, Big V, you have a song on an album of yours called No Country for Quitters.
Okay.
And one of my favorite songs up there is Red Sea. Mm-hmm. And my good man, this is where we have to part. We have to part like the Red Sea. We're about to part. We're about to part. And let me tell y'all in the Zone land a little thing that me and Big y'all think this is a new topic. This is actually not new. This is this topic that Big V and I've had long time ago. It was at one of your concerts in Winston-Salem. Oh, I remember just like it was yesterday. And when you put this on the list of the subject list, I chuckled and I was so excited. This is equivalent to the Tim Tebow topic that we had last week, but we are going to so part ways. And I made a statement to you and to our crew that was out there performing. Shout out to everyone who went to the Oil Paintings concert. It was a hell of a concert, but that's neither here nor there. My statement to you was met with such disdain, such hatred, such vitriol, such venom. And you know what I said, ladies and gentlemen, that got Big V like this? Because let me tell you something about Big V. If you've never seen him at any of his concerts, you should really go see him because he is a high energy, hype, vex type individual. Like, you're going to get every single dollar. But see, here's the thing about Big V that y'all may not know. He don't just do that when he's on stage. That's part of his personality. And my statement, ladies and gentlemen of the Zone land, was that Robert Horry is one of the luckiest players of NBA all-time history. Lucky, one of the luckiest players. Now, let's go over a couple of things here.
Oh my God.
Now, if there was a such thing as a Hall of Good, first ballot, no question. Let's go over a couple of numbers, shall we? I'm gonna separate them by regular season, and I'm gonna go separate them by the playoffs. The Zone land career average from 1992 to 2008, 7 points per game. This is regular season. Now, Big V stated so eloquently that this ain't really about regular season. So that's why I digress. But points per game during, the regular season throughout his career, these are career stats, 7 points a game. We bring it up to the playoffs, 7.9. Again, not bad, not good. Hall of Good, yes. Hall of Fame, I don't know, but let's keep going. Let's see. Let's take it back to the regular season here. Let's look at some 3-point numbers. Okay, let's see. 3-point percentage career-wise during regular season, 34.1, 34%. Not bad. Not excellent. Hall of Good? Yes. Hall of Fame? But no. We're not talking about regular season. We're talking about playoffs. So let me scroll on down. Stats provided by Wikipedia via way of basketballreference.com. All right. 3-point percentage career in the playoffs. 36%. Hey. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Now, Big V and all of those out there in the Zone land that are capable for him to be in the Hall of Fame. Let me tell you something, man. I will never, ever, as Smokey on Friday would say, forget what this man has done respectively in Houston, what he did for the LA Lakers, and what he did for San Antonio. You could borderline argue. Oh, no, fuck it. You can argue. If Robert Horry ain't on the team hitting those clutch shots, probably don't win. We agree with that. Man, look, no problem. But let me tell you something about Robert Horry, who I admire, and he is Big Shot Bob, because let me tell you something. You said it. When don't nobody else want to have their hands out to take that shot, oh, Big Shot Bob, hey, let me get that. Huh? Like Diddy would say, take that. Let me get that. Right? We know this. And this is great. I just haven't seen the consistency of a guy you could depend on game in and game out. Let me tell you something, man. When I think of Robert Horry, a tear comes to my eye. It really comes to my eye because I think of some who wasn't lucky enough to be on great franchises like Robert Horry was. You know, some of the people that come to mind who should have championships that don't, my two go-to guys, Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley. Now, let's go through here. From 1993 to 1995, Mr. Robert Horry was with Houston. Houston is an outstanding organization, especially during the late 80s and the mid 90s. No freaking question. The Lakers, you already know what time it is. San Antonio, you already know what time it is. So when I say luck, I'm not really talking about the on-court display of what he does. When I used to work at Circuit City, we used to get graded on or judged by how many extended warranties that we used to sell and the amount of volume that we used to sell. Now, I never got a salesman award plaque when I was at Circuit City due to my numbers, but ever so often, I told my manager, I said, you know what, man? I am the Robert Horry of the computer department when it comes to sales at Circuit City. Well, what the hell does that mean? I will tell you exactly what it means. You got some of these other guys at my former job. Shout out to Circuit City and High Point. Shout out to all my peeps who was there. We know what time it is. I'm not a guy you could count on to close the big sale, right? Now, ever so often, I'll get that one. And that one will be when they need it the most because your top-notch guys, they're not closing. They're not. Hey, man, look, man, make sure when you selling this damn computer now, you make sure you get that extra warranty, you get that accidental protection on it, you get all this stuff. Yeah, boss, I got you. And these other cats, man, they knocking it out the park. But, man, it'll be that week or two where it's just dog shit slow. And guess who hands it falls into? Me. And for whatever reason, I hit the customer a right way where it's like, you know what, Corey? I'm going to get the 4-year warranty, damn the 2-year warranty, and I'm going to buy all the accessories that you recommend because I trust you. I trust Robert Horry. I trust him. But I trust him for what he is. I trust him when it comes down to when it means the most. But the consistency, game in and game out, you just don't know. And I just don't know if that's good enough for Hall of Fame. Hall of Good. Hey, man, he's in there. He's in there like spoonware. And look, let me tell you something else. You cannot deny his 7 championships. That's one thing that no one can ever take away. But I'm going to tell you this. He's lucky to have 7 championships, Big V. He is lucky. He is lucky. Because let me tell you something. Here's what I keep saying. Man. Here is what I keep saying about the luck. This man on every single team in his NBA career played with Hall of Famers. You go back in Houston, you got I don't think Kenny Smith's a Hall of Famer. I had to check that. But okay, fine. Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler. Oh, he's not just playing with one Hall of Famer. He's playing with 2. Okay, forget Houston. Houston's done. That's over there. Let's talk about the LA Lakers. Let's see. Well, what do we have over here? Let's see. We got Shaq. We got Kobe. Oh, I'm going to stop right there. wow, man, you feel lucky to play with those guys. Like, you just don't luck into these situations. This man is lucky. Oh, but you know what? The Lakers, look, man, that's beyond that. Let's get it out of the way. San Antonio. I mean, come on, man. You talking Tim Duncan, talking Tony Parker, talking Manu Ginobili. We're also talking one of the greatest head coaches. Actually, really, I could bring it back to the Lakers of Greg Popovich with San Antonio and Phil Jackson with the Lakers. This man, let me tell you something now. When you leave your 9 to 5, you really don't know what you're stepping into with your next job. It's all about environment. It's all about fit. And more so importantly, it's all about management. And if you are lucky to have a place that has all three, you are lucky. I'm not saying that Robert can't ball, but come on, man. He ends up in Houston. Then the Lakers. This dude is look like he ain't get traded to Sacramento. He ain't get traded to the Charlotte Hornets. Much respect to my Hornets, but he ain't get traded there. I mean, he ain't get traded to Memphis, New York, man. Dude, he's extremely lucky. He's good, but he's lucky. Red Sea parted just like this right here.
You know, man, you are very disrespectful to this legend right here. Hey, you know what, man? You know,
yeah.
I want to talk about some things you said, man. You know, you
break
said,
it down. Go for it.
You know, you kept a lot on numbers, and I get it. You know, numbers are a lot. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot. But you know, and you mentioned your workplace environment and all that. You know, so I know you know about sales. So you also know that you know what goes into sales. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of things that don't make the stat sheet. You know what I mean? And that's who Robert Horry has been his whole career. He's done a lot of things that aren't making the stat sheet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you keep calling him so disrespectfully lucky.
I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's an NBA player who won the NBA lottery. That's what he is.
You've been very disrespectful, man, to Robert Horry. I don't like it. Man, let me tell you something, man. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to let Corey paint this narrative about how this man just piggybacked his way to 7 championships. That's not what we want to do. Let me get some clarity here. Yo, he said that he went to all these teams with these different great players, but it's funny because guess what? And when the clutch time came, none of these great players wanted to shoot it. Not Kobe, not Shaq, not Olajuwon, not Clyde. It was Big Shot Bob that won some of these Hall of Famers.
No question. And I'm grateful.
Just as you should be, because here's the thing: without some of those shots that Big Shot Bob get so lucky, as you eloquently, disrespectfully put it. Listen, some of these players don't have championships; they just don't. Yeah. So how I was seeing it, they were lucky to have a guy like Big Shot Bob. He wasn't lucky to play with them. He said, "Yo," he looked at them. You know what, man? He looked at them. He said He looked at them and said, "You know what?" He pulled a Kevin around there. He said, "You know what? Yo, you know who I am. You know who I am. Give me the ball. Kobe, you scared? You know who I am. Give me the ball. Clyde, you scared? Vernon Maxwell, whoever.
Oh, my man Vernon.
Are you scared? You know what? Give me the ball." And for everything, in the NBA, you get lucky to win 1, not 7. And on top of that, you don't get lucky to hit multiple clutch shots. I'm not talking about game 6, game 5, game 7, when it's all on the line. When it's all on the line, yo, you got nerves of steel to say, "Yo, give me the ball. Give me the ball. I does this." Yeah. He made a career of winning championships alone by himself. Yeah. And I'm talking, when I say by himself, I mean clutch-wise. By himself. Who else do you know other than Big Fish, Derek Fisher?
Yeah, I can say Derek Fisher.
Right. Well, and I'm gonna tell you something that really pissed me off too, Corey. Because I'm like, man. Because here's the thing, right? I'm sitting back I'm sitting at the crib, having me a glass of Amsterdam vodka, watching this beautiful ceremony go on my television, and I get a stat come across my phone that Robert Horry wasn't in the Hall of Fame. I said, damn, I didn't know that. But then I
actually thought that he was. But
I did too.
I didn't even know he wasn't in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I just assumed that he was.
But here's the thing. And I'm gonna leave it here for you because I just want this to sit on your brain, Corey. Because we're talking about luck. We're talking about luck here. And I think let me tell you something. Robert Horry is not lucky. But this what I'm about to say is a guy that's lucky. Corey.
Yeah.
I looked up and I got a stat came across my phone that ahead of Big Shot Bob. Next year, Tony Kukoc will be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Now, wait a minute now. Now, hold on now. Oh, boy. I don't agree with that either. No way in hell should Kukoc be in the Hall of Fame. No way. No way on God's green earth. No way.
I have nothing else to say, Corey.
No. Yeah, no. That's where we now. You know, the thing is that you think Robert should be in. I personally wouldn't be upset if he got in, but I wouldn't be upset if he didn't get in. But now, damn it, now wait a minute now. If Kukoc get up in there,
Hall of Good
over Robert,
Hall of Good.
I'm gonna call Kukoc Hall of Aight. Okay, Hall of Aight. He cool. Hall of Cool. Like
I just want to put that out there to you to let you know who's getting in before who you deemed Mr. Lucky and also who you deemed to be in the Hall of Good. I just want to put it out there for you.
I'm gonna tell you one thing real quick before we move forward. I played a lottery from time to time, and I never really hit for anything. I think I've only won like $4 off some scratch offs. I'm gonna see if I can holler at Robert Horry on Twitter to pick my numbers so I could get that luck going in, so I could be a multi-millionaire.
Yo, you so
the lucky guy.
Man. You so disrespectful, man. Moving on, man. We're gonna still keep the NBA. We're gonna move past the disrespect that Corey is showing a future.
This is sad.
Much needed Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
This one broke my heart.
Oh, yeah,
this one breaks my heart here.
This next topic, man, definitely broke my heart, man. Man, if you didn't hear, for all my NBA folks out here, if you didn't hear, you know what I mean, after this playoff season, the great Marv Albert, the wonderful commentator, will be retiring from the NBA after this playoff season, man. Man, let me tell you, man.
I hate that.
Man,
I understand, but I hate it.
Man, Marv Albert has been. I mean, if you've been a fan of the NBA for as long as me and Corey have, which is
you heard his voice
our whole life, you've heard his voice. He's been such an impact to you while you're watching the games, man.
Yes.
You know, to the college kids out there, you know, y'all are more familiar with the Dick Vitale, you know what I mean, and you know, I'm not really sure if you don't keep up with the NBA, you're not really you don't really know the impact that Marv Albert has had on the league with his commentary, man. I remember specifically, man, with watching the playoffs in the 90s. His commentating just used to get me so hyped up. I mean, I remember specifically when Jordan went baseline on John Starks. I still remember the commentary to this day. He said, what a move by Jordan. And this is when he dunked it. You know what I mean? When Pat Ewing went up a little bit, and when three of the Knicks kind of went up, and Jordan kind of he did the thing from the other side. I remember him. I remember how he called it. He said, "Oh, with a move by I don't know that.
Yeah.
That specific commentary always just played in my head. It was always embedded in my head when I thought of Marv Albert. Just that specific one. It's been so many instances. He's kind of like the guy who was on Joe Montana Sports Talk, like we talked about last pod, who was doing the commentating on that game. He was kind of like that, but in real life for us. He was really the soundtrack for the NBA, bro. And still is.
Yeah.
I don't want to put no expiration date on it because he's still calling the game, still doing a fantastic job. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of his commentary he's going to do during the season, playoff season, play-in season. But, man, I don't know. Man, listen. And to shed light on some more things, man. I think Chris Webber may be leaving, too. I don't think he's retiring.
Yeah, he is. I saw that.
He's going to another network, I think. You know what I mean? And keeping it real, man. I've learned to like Chris Webber, man. I don't think as a sports analyst he gets the love that he deserves, man. His voice.
Oh, I agree. He has a lot of people who don't like. I got some friends of mine that don't like. I'm like, dude, I think Chris Webber is excellent.
Great guy. I don't know him personally, but man, he's one of the greatest. First of all, I was a huge Chris Webber fan growing up, you know what I mean? Because I love basketball. But putting him in the commentator spotlight, man, he's doing a fucking fantastic job.
I thought he did a great job. Yeah.
I love his voice during the games. I love how he calls the game. I love it when him and Marv Albert, man. I love him. I love Chris Webber and Marv Albert on 2Ks when I'm playing 2K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love hearing them commentate together. It's fucking fantastic, man.
It is.
Like I said, Marv Albert has literally been the soundtrack for the NBA, man. And I don't me personally, and this is no disrespect to anybody who's doing it like Richard Jefferson some nights, Reggie Miller some nights.
Yeah,
y'all guys do a fantastic job. It's just that I'm about to be 38 this month, and I've been watching basketball basically my whole life. As far as I can remember, man, it's just been Marv Albert, man, being the main soundtrack for the NBA, man.
Yeah.
And I think that we're gonna really miss him.
It feels like a closing of a chapter. You talk about you 38, I'm 40. And when I was younger, I really didn't start getting into who called the games. I really didn't get into that till probably my 20s, where some announcers, play-by-play in particular, because that's what Marv is. Right. Some of them annoy me, and some of them can really make or break a game. And I think doing home broadcasts for your respective market is easier to do. And I think doing national televised broadcasts is hard because what you have to do is you got to bring everyone in. You can't just be leaning right or left on the respective teams. This man, according to Wikipedia, has been calling. He started off with the Knicks. He's been calling basketball games since 1967. Jeez. Right? What? Some of your bigger playoff games, especially during the Jordan era and really after that, had Marv Albert there. I'm gonna give you some of them are some of the people that like you said, I like to hear call games that I really get going for. I love if we're bringing it to the current state, I do like ESPN with Mike Bring bang, those little nuances and these catchphrases that sometimes these play-by-play announcers use, man, that could really solidify an already historic iconic game. But I like him. I like when Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy Jeff Van Gundy, it took me a while to get him. He was an acquired taste at first, but I like them together of the cohesiveness. One of my favorite play-by-plays of all time is Gus Johnson. And I really love when Gus Johnson used to call March Madness games. It was nothing like it. He works for Fox now with Joel Klatt on Fox now, so that kind of X'd him out of that. There was nothing like hearing the Gus Johnson call a March Madness game, but he's still working.
And see,
right?
I feel the same way about Bill Raftery too. I like him. I like him during the college games, man. I like him.
And see, you know what? I can't stand Bill Raftery.
Is that the one that be like? Is that the one that be like Miniman? Like Miniman? Is that the one that be like? Look, oh my God, he's one of my favorites. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I love Bill Raftery. Oh my God,
he annoys the hell out of me. I'm quite sure he's a respectable, honorable man. Bill Raftery drives me up the wall. You know, hearing him call games with the unnecessary commentary where the game don't call for it, it's like a cat scratching the chalkboard. It just doesn't work for me. And it annoys me. And I talk shit every single time. But hey, let me tell you something, man.
I love you.
Man, that goes to the point of these, especially play-by-play, they could either, I wouldn't say they could make or break a game, but they could really put it over the edge. Now, I think I'm the only person in the world that loves Dick Vitale calling the game. I hated it when they took him off the Carolina, but there are so many people, they just cannot stand him. Chris Webber, what you was talking about, I think he's severely underrated. Real quick with him, he did not call any of the March Madness games. And that kind of put him in a bind with, I guess, the folks at Turner. And he didn't want to do it allegedly. And, you know, Chris Webber don't really talk a lot. He's an extremely private individual, but it's rumored, and I say rumored and alleged, that he didn't want to do it due to COVID safety protocols and stuff like that. And the thing was that he didn't give enough heads up. It was basically like the week of starting March Madness. And he really, or at least it didn't get back to the big wigs until like that Tuesday or Wednesday that he was like not going to call games. So that there's something going on with that there. But getting back to Marv Albert, man, he the voice of the NBA. The voice of the NBA. There are so many greats that I could call, but man, Marv Albert, man, it just seems like a closing of a chapter. Look, the man's 79, about to be 80 years old. And, you know, there are some people who do this forever. He's clearly not doing it for the money. I'm quite sure that, you know,
he's well off.
His retirement is straight. Like, he's fine, you know. But it's just that it's one of those things you think is going to go on forever.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, man. And oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? The guy that calls ESPN, is it Hubie? God damn it, he does. Anyway, I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, he's like 85. He's 85 years old, and he called games excellent, man. And I'm telling you, these older guys that really, because they really know how to really bring out a game and really know how to explain it. Hubie Brown is who I'm talking about for ESPN and call games. Hubie Brown, ladies and gentlemen, is 87, about to be 88 years old. That's so awesome. Again, that like he is just a great. These guys call games great. Another one of my favorites that's a bit younger is Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan kind of reminds me the most of Marv Albert. He has that unmistakable voice. You've seen him like in the Samuel L. Jackson and Spike Lee commercials with the Capital One.
I love him.
Friends and stuff like. I love him too. I mean, so the point I'm getting at is that Marv Albert will be missed. You really don't. If I had to go back and rewind the hands of time, man, I would really appreciate these broadcasters because, with me not knowing anything, especially as a young boy, you just say, oh, anybody could get up there and do that stuff. And it's like, no, it's about chemistry. Like you were saying with Marv Albert and Chris Webber. Like, okay, yeah. And we don't even know who's going to, take either one of the spots. But anytime that you have a new regime come in, and they start calling again. It took me a minute to get used to. The Jeff Van Gundy's and Mark Jackson. I mean, it took me a minute and it finally happened. I like Doris Burke. I don't know why they don't let her do more games. She was supposed to have been doing the finals in the bubble. But for whatever reason that didn't materialize and that kind of just went away. I think she's another good one, man. But man, Marv Albert, you will be missed, brother. The voice of the NBA. When I think of NBA and I think of Marv Albert, dude. Like he is synonymous with all that stuff, man. So salute to him. No question, man.
Salute to Marv Albert, man. You're gonna be missed. You know what I mean? The game won't be the same without you, brother. You know what I mean?
No.
Salute to you, man. Yo, man, I just want to thank everybody, man, who be tuning in to this podcast.
Yeah, thank y'all.
You know what I mean? I get a lot of texts and calls and comments and stuff, man, about, you know what I mean, how people tapping in and really, you know what I mean, coming to us for the latest sports news because they don't get to keep up with it during the week. So they just be liking a whole big wrap up. We glad we can provide it for y'all, man. Whether you listen on SoundCloud or YouTube, you know what I mean? We appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? This is the 10th episode, by the way. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. Already, you know what I mean? 10th on the way to 1 million. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We appreciate everybody. We ain't gonna stop. You know what I mean? As long as these sports is going, you know what I mean? We're gonna be out here going.
They keep us going. Yep.
Absolutely, man. You know what I mean?
Bringing that, you know, that barbershop, bringing that barbershop talk to you because, you know, I think when you get like, and I'm not knocking them, but obviously, like, you know, you get your Foxes and your ESPNs and your First Takes and your Undisputed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of what always get left behind is the fan portion of it. Like you look at some of these big shows, they don't take phone calls. You know, and I get it because some fans could be knuckleheads. What we do is try to provide that barbershop flow. We're not journalists. I ain't go to school for any. Like we ain't go to school. We just two dudes talking sports, man. Like we're not stat geeks. We try to quote when we can, but otherwise we just giving our opinions on things that we see more so from a fan standpoint. That is our bread and butter. That's what we like to bring to y'all. Parting like the Red Sea. I just feel like doing that poetry. I like doing that poetry.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? And it ain't too many shows that's bringing this uncut, you know what I mean, raw, you know what I mean, unstacked.
Yeah, we could curse. Yeah, fuck.
Hey, we can do whatever we want to do on here, you know what I mean? And we just love that y'all love it, you know what I mean? And we're going to keep it
coming. Man.
You know what I mean? This episode right here will be out before the Laker game, you know what I mean? So our predictions are already out there, you know what I'm saying? You know, so
and if y'all don't get a chance to watch the game, if I'm crying by the recording of this next one, you know how it went. And if I'm ecstatic, you know how it went. So just in case you don't get the scores or you like living under a rock, you know, we'll be here for that.
We'll be here for that, man. You know what I mean? Corey, I'm gonna hit you up throughout the week, let you know what's going on. You know what I mean?
No doubt, my brother.
You know what I mean? Yo, everybody's tapping in. We appreciate y'all. Keep tapping into the zone, man. And y'all be safe out here, man. Corey,
be safe.
You be safe as well, my G.
You too, my brother. And let me tell y'all something, man. If y'all ever trying to play that lottery, man, hit up Robert Horry in his DMs, man. He'll slide you some good numbers for some good luck on
the disrespect to the end, man. Yo, we gone. Peace. Shout out to Robert Horry. Get him in there. Don't listen to Corey. Peace, man.